Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend coming at you, doing this weekly broadcast to keep you up to date, okay? To keep you up to date in this struggle, in this spiritual struggle that we are marching on, okay? The spiritual struggle that we are in this satanic matrix, in this twisted, where reality is completely twisted since the beginning of time. Okay? Since the human creation fell from grace. And because of that, those that do not remember their past are condemned to repeat it. The most naive nation on this planet, as it stands right now, is the richest as well as the strongest. And that nation is called America, the United States of America, which in the Bible is called the daughter of Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, and also the second beast, which is, if you want to read it, not in your NIV Bible, but in the King James Version. It's on Revelation 13, verse 11. Hence the reason she has been played like a $2 whore. She has been predestined to fall, and I mean fall big. And the bigwigs, the one that are actually controlling America, know this. You don't, because you have been worked, you have been programmed to take the blue pill and just wake up and believe whatever you want. Just keep on going like nothing is happening. Everything is all right. No problem. Okay? All right, here we go. A nation's future is based upon her foundation. Like a house with a good foundation will not fall when the storm comes in. And America, the great, will fall like a house of cards. For right there in the horizon that you don't see, because you have been worked, you have been programmed, you have been distracted, you have been lied to. Right there in the horizon are coming many storms for America that will make her desolate completely. Her first recognized, let me give you an example, let me give you a background so you understand what I'm talking about when I say the foundation, America's foundation is rotten to the core. Listen to me. Her first recognized president, which we all know, because that is taught in our schools. Remember, a school is a completely brainwash, okay? That's the first brainwash that the government gives us, okay? That we all know as George Washington, the first recognized president, which we all know as George Washington, was a Freemason. But please bear in mind that there were 16 other presidents before him. Yeah, 16 other presidents. Some of them will repeat it. You know, they left and then came back to power. Do your history, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you may say, well, okay, so what? He was a Freemason. Okay. Do you know what Freemason is? Freemasonry is? Do you know what they represent? They're the devil's disciple. that controls the United States of America. America's foundation is not based on a spiritual foundation like they want you to believe. Okay? Okay? Do not believe it. That's another brainwash. America's foundation is not based on any spiritual foundation, but instead it is based upon wars, the shedding of innocent blood, like it happened to the Native Americans, to the Mexicans in the Mexican wars. Remember, let us not forget the fact that Colorado, Wyoming, Arizona, California, Texas, just to name a few, Utah, just to name a few, belong to Mexico. And another thing, let us not forget that Alaska was bought from the Russian for what? What was it? $7 million or $2 million? Do your research. I don't mind. It is a disgrace, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why it is she's spoken of on Revelation 13, chapter 13 of Revelation, verse 11. Read it. So the shedding of innocent blood. You are walking on innocent blood. And thievery, like I just gave you an example of what they did to the Mexicans and to the Russian with Alaska. Sorcery, human sacrifice, etc., etc. And because of this, and then some, America is due for an ass whipping like the world has never seen before. Here are some of her sins. By the way, before I start reading some of America's sins, I want you to know that the beginning of healing, the beginning of something good happening, is to recognize that we have a problem. For instance, an alcoholic, if he doesn't want to be an alcoholic anymore, he must understand that he's a no good, disgusting, alcoholic person. Once that's recognized, then we can move forward. Then we can work something out. It's too late for America. America is way too deep into the rabbit hole and is taking everyone for the ride. Let us keep going. Are you one of her followers? This is some of her sins, and not just of America, but the whole world. But I'm just more concerned about America right now. Abortion by the millions. Since Roe versus Wade was passed back in 1976. Number two, again, what did I say? Wars. Okay, Americans was composed. Its foundation was composed of wars. But you know what? We were not content with that. We brought wars to other nations. Okay, like for instance, the Vietnam War, which the United States lost. The Bay of Pigs wars. The Bay of Pigs War, which America lost. But of course, most of the people that died were Cubans, because it was the invasion of Cuba. The invasion of Iraq. What justification do we have to invade Iraq except to take care of its darling Israel. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the time of desolation that the prophet Daniel spoke of. Okay? Okay? Where the Holy Land have been completely desolate. It's an abominable place right now. Abominable place, full of abominations everywhere. I mean, you got gay parade going on in Israel, ladies and gentlemen. The devil is having fun, because he knows that this is his time, but he also knows that his days of reigning on this planet are coming to a completely halt. He knows that his days are numbered. Number 4, allowing religions not to pay taxes through a tax code called 501c3. 501c3, ladies and gentlemen, you may say, well, religions don't pay taxes? No, but you and I do. Now you may say, why? Because remember, religion is doing the daughter of Babylon's bid. It is deceiving. It is making the society docile to welcome the new world order. Don't believe me? Have you heard the Pope as of late? All popes have been calling for a new world order. Remember from John Paul II, Benedict, and now this one that we have. They have been calling for a new world order, which is the Antichrist system, which is, it has been here. But they want to have this planet completely control and complete submission. Number 5, making its people sick by allowing chemtrails, HAARP, GMOs in food, allowing Monsanto to wave around her venomous wand to desiccate the land. Fluoride in our water. Fluoride is made out of rat poison, but yet they make you believe that it is good for you, when in reality it's making people sick. Vaccinations. Okay, since the 1950s, okay, when the Spanish influenza hits, back in them, millions of people died. The one that were vaccinated, the one that got the shot. The people that didn't get the shot lived. Legalizing drugs. Marijuana has been legalized. They're talking about legalizing cocaine now. See, it is moving. It goes by. It's moving up the steps. The satanic pyramid. All right. Number 7, 9/11. Ladies and gentlemen, I grew up in New York. I saw it with my own eyes. I walked many miles from New York City to where I lived in Brooklyn, New York. I grew up, or most of my life, I grew up in New York. And I saw the Twin Towers come down. And I had to comfort a lot of people. People were crying, people were walking around upset, okay? But yet it brought people together. Okay? I remember crossing the bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge. Okay? I remember, actually not the Williamsburg Bridge, I'm sorry, the Manhattan Bridge. Walking, and you saw seas of people fleeing. They didn't know what the heck was going on or why. So, and yeah, almost 4,000 people died. So that the United States can have an excuse to attack anybody it pleases. You see, that's how they control society. Out of chaos. That's how they brainwash us. That's how they manipulate society. And the United States completely manipulated. It's worked. All right? It is worked up. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump's presidency, he was chosen to save the United States, to give the United States a reprieve, to kind of put a pause on the inevitable. You know, when you cannot stop something, but you kind of put a hold on it, that's what Donald Trump represents. Now, I don't vote because in fact, one of the other sentences I forgot. I skipped the 6, which is playing the United States playing its own people by lying to them in their faces, telling them that their vote counts. Let me just tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. If people vote count, then what does that say about people's decision making, the process of making decisions? Because things just got worse with when people supposedly voted for Barack Obama. Barack Obama was chosen, just like Martin Luther King was brought up back in the 1960s. You know why? Do you know that Martin Luther King was part of the Masonic out of the Boule? Remember, he was part of religions, and religion is controlled by the Masonic order in the United States and throughout the whole world. Believe it or not. When you vote, it's like when you sell, it's like people in Hollywood when they sell their soul to the devil. Because when they make you believe that your vote counts, they got you because they lie to you. They work your emotions. Just like religious leaders do. They exploit your emotions and you vote, right? Thinking that you have the power. You ain't got shit. Excuse my French. You ain't got shit, ladies and gentlemen. You have been duped. You have been lied to in your face. On a psychological level that you didn't even see it coming, did you? Ask yourself. Okay, so people have been voting forever. How come things are not getting any better? I mean, they're better now with Donald Trump, but that's all part of the plan, you see? Okay? So Barack Obama was the troublemaker. Donald Trump is the problems, he solves problems. He takes care of problems, right? But that's just to give a reprieve. If Hillary Clinton or Biden or Bernie Sanders would have been in power, man, we would have been in wars right now. The United States would have been, and that's exactly what is coming. But it is coming in a way that people will be happy to accept what is coming. Oh, Donald Trump, he's already been chosen. He's already been reelected by the people that control the masses. Okay? By the people that control the United States, period. The Zionists. Now, you may say, well, this is some crazy conspiracy theory guy. Okay. That's what they used to call Christ, whose name is Yahushua. You understand? Because even that, ladies and gentlemen, see, let me just tell you this, and I'll be done. A politician cannot run based upon truth, because if he runs on truth, it will wake the masses up. The same thing for a doctor. If all of the diseases on this planet would have been cured, then there wouldn't be no need for doctor. So of course they created the diseases. They created the miseries. And even with all of that going on, here's what we say. Here's what we say, ladies and gentlemen. Most people in America say the following: long live science. Evolution is the way to go. I am an atheist. The devil is just a figure of our imagination. We are just inherently evil by nature. What a joke that is. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. And now to close this out, let me just let me read this for you real quick, and then we'll be done. Okay? Check this out. You ready? Ready for the truth? Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. The United States is the one that brings the drugs to Latin America. That's a proven fact. Whether you want to believe that reality is on you. That has been the game all along through the CIA, which is like the mafia, the United States mafia, okay, like the NSA, National Security Agent. What a agency! What a joke! No, that's a domestic spy agency. That's what it should be called. That's all they do. They spy on the American people. All right? That's all I have for now, because tomorrow I got to go to work. But again, this is just a little seed that I want to plant in your brain to make you aware that unless you repent of your sins with no religions, because once you give yourself to religions, that's it, you're done. You are playing to the devil's hands, because religion was something that was created by him. You understand? That's why in Freemasonry, to be part of Masonic, you have to believe in God, they say. That's one of the, do you understand? That's one of the requirements. Anyway, may God bless you. And if you have any comment, anything, please share. I mean, but don't say anything baseless. Don't say, oh, God doesn't exist. The devil doesn't exist. No. Anybody can say that. In fact, even the Satanists know that God exists. Because by default, once you believe and worship a devil, which the whole world does, by default, there is a God. So, please, stay strong, because only the strong will survive the storms that are coming into the United States and into the whole wide world. God bless. By the way, don't forget the links that I will include in this video. Okay? God bless you.